Hi, my name is Lili Pocket, and I'm the Executive Director of Street Racing Kills and also the founder. I would like to start by just sharing my story, why I ended up founding Street Racing Kills. And it happened when my daughter passed away at 16 years old due to a street race. I never knew what street racing was, and I found out the worst way you can ever find out about something, about a crash. And even though I heard about crashes before and everything, this was different. Why? Because my daughter died. And this is why I'm here today with you, because I want to share with you that these things happen for real. I want to share with you what happened to her. I want you to know who she was, and she is, because I can't let her go. In December 7, 2013, Valentina was only 16 years old. Loving life, going to high school, had a lot of friends. She was really enjoying the bonfires, the parties, the kickback parties as they call them, going to a basketball game at the school, hanging out with girlfriends, sleepovers, 16. And I never, in my wildest dreams, I think everything was ever going to happen to her. But it did. You see, she wanted to go and spend the night at a friend's house, go see a girlfriend before. I dropped her off. I got teary-eyed when I saw her standing there. I didn't know that was like a little kick that I got, because that was the last time I ever saw her alive. And I went home thinking, why am I so emotional? What's going on? Why am I feeling like this? But I was like, okay, I should be fine. So I want you all to think about that. If you ever get that little kick, if you ever get that little, maybe I shouldn't get in that car, maybe I shouldn't go to that party, or I shouldn't go to this place or not, or things just don't give. Like, I bought a ticket to go someplace, and it's just for some reason everything's going wrong. Please follow that kick that everybody gets, that little premonition that you get. I had it. And I've talked to so many people that had been in different, I lost someone, or things that happened that's gone wrong. They get that little kick. It's a little something that tells you, why isn't that happening normally so easy? When I left her standing there, I got teary-eyed. I had this immense love for her. And how was I going to know that was the last time I ever saw her alive? I went home. She stayed at her girlfriend's with another friend. They went to a party afterwards and just having fun. And one of the girls got really sick because she had been too much to drink and she was diabetic. They decided to just go home because she was still going to spend at her girlfriend's house. So a friend of a friend, she knew him, but she was mostly a friend of her friend. And he was the one that was going to take them home. Valentina jumped in the back seat behind the passenger side. Her girlfriend right next to her behind the driver's side, and the other girl that was sick was in the front. I fell asleep waiting for her phone call. And all of a sudden, I get a call from one of the kids, I think, that was at the party, just yelling and yelling. What the heck? He's just cursing and cursing to the person that was driving. We had no idea. And he just told me Valentina was in a crash. Hurry up and come here. I went there, and there was nothing there anymore. There was just the police that told me all the kids went to different hospitals. So I went to the hospital. I ran in the emergency room thinking I could find her home. I saw one of her girlfriends, and I asked her where she was. Crying, yelling, told me that Valentina had died. But I didn't want to believe that. Even though I collapsed to the floor, I was like, no, she's not dead. They have the wrong person. Something else is going on. So they took me to a private room, and they told me that I had to go home because the police wanted to talk to me. Again, I said the police won't talk to me because she's probably in another hospital. She's just not in this hospital, because they had told me there was two. I go home, the police is waiting for me. They have me sit down, and they gave me that famous notification that maybe you haven't heard about. A notification is something that is really, really, I don't even think, actually I know that no police officer wants to do, but they have to. Some of them are assigned to go tell a loved one that they're never going to see their loved one again. Their husband passed away, their daughter passed away. Someone passed away to a crash. And they have to see the reaction of that family, literally going crazy, fainting, screaming, and they have to deal with it. They do, law enforcement sees a lot. And that's something that they're really not maybe trained for or hard for them. So I have higher respect for law enforcement. When they told me that she had passed away, all I remember is my son just looking at the phone and nodding his head like this, identifying his dead sister on the scene. He took that for me because I fell off my chair and I don't remember a lot. It took me a while to realize what had happened because I don't even remember who dressed me for her funeral. I don't remember a lot, but there's pictures that I see now. And I see my son hugging me and I'm not hugging him. I'm not taking care of him, and he had just lost his sister. He was her older brother. Finally, I was able to read the report. And when I was able to read the report, I saw that when they left the party, they were literally going like maybe 8 blocks away where he was taking them. And he saw a coworker. They stopped. They challenged each other to a street race. They both took the challenge. He put the window down. Valentina's friend was in the back seat, so she woke up because they were both sleeping. They were tired. So she put her seatbelt on when he saw how fast he was going, over 80 miles an hour. She tried waking Valentina up so she could put her seatbelt on. And she kind of woke up and said, like, why do you want me to put it on? And he crashed against an SUV and then against a fence, going through the fence and 2 poles. And Valentina's friend woke up, she was hanging from the window. So she died from her head injuries. And I thought about it and I thought about, okay, why did I do wrong? Was she a bad kid for going to a party? Was I a bad parent for letting her go out? And I said, hadn't he not raised, she would be alive right now. It was that decision that he took in that moment to do a challenge of a street race, not thinking of the consequences. So one of the things that I've seen is that you just never think it's going to happen to you. I've seen that a lot. You don't wake up that morning thinking, oh, I'm going to kill someone. Or you don't wake up that morning thinking, this is going to be the last day of my life. Today is going to be my last day on this earth. So I see a lot of people, young people, risking their lives. I believe that I did it a lot too when I was young. Risked my life, not even thinking about it. But guess what? We are here today because we want to make sure that there is some kind of awareness. And by sharing Valentina's story, people can think twice about their actions and the things that they do. I am not an expert. I am just here. I've learned the hard way by seeing all these people that died in crashes every day, different kinds of crashes. I've seen how much reckless driving can be so reckless and so many people getting hurt, handicapped, brothers losing sisters, parents losing their children. I mean, it's a whole chaos that's happening. So we can prevent it. And the reason why we are here today is because nothing happened. We're here sitting down, we're talking. It's the best thing it can be. One day, today, to make a difference in your life, to make all your dreams come true. So don't just dream your dreams, make your dreams happen. This is why we're here. And so we can live for Val. Let's live what Val couldn't live. Thank you.